Hi guys, and welcome back to our next lesson in our finance topic. Today you can see we're going to be having a look at commission. So we're learning what commission is and how we can calculate it. So commission, or a sales commission, is a sum of money that is paid to an employee after completing a task. This is usually selling a certain amount of goods or services. So I always think a really popular example is a car salesperson. The more expensive a car that they sell, the more money that they'll make. So that's why they always try and sell you the most expensive item. Jacob only gets paid 10% commission on the sales of cars that he makes. So he doesn't get like a basic wage, he's only getting paid commission. Last month he sold £24,000 worth of cars, so what was his wage for this month? So basically this is a fancy way of asking us to find 10% of the £24,000. So we should know that 10% is the same as dividing by 10 because it's 1/10. So we're just chopping a zero off. So his wage for the month would be 2,400. So because he's only being paid in the commission, that means that we are only doing the £2,400. There's nothing else left to calculate for this example here. For example 2, Ella has a weekly salary of £350. She also makes 5% commission on any sales she makes, and last month her sales totaled £600. So what was her wage this week? So the first thing that we are going to work out is the commission. So we take the 600, we divide by the percentage. So the 600 was the sales, the percentage was 5, and to find the percent we divide by 100. That gives us £30 in commission, but she also gets a weekly base salary of £350. So she's going to be paid the 350 plus the 30 commission to give her £380 for the week. For example 3, Logan gets £9.75 an hour and is paid 3% commission on the sales of TVs. Last week she's worked 21 hours and sold £10,000 worth of TVs. So what would her wage be for this week? So she worked 21 hours at £9.75. So I'm going to take the amount of money, times it by the number of hours. So for the week she would get £204.75. And then she is also getting 3% off any commission, so that would be our 10,000 times by 3 divided by 100, and that is going to give us £300 there. And then her total wage for the week then is just to total those two things up, so that's going to be £504.75 for just last week. Okay guys, here we are now at section 1. So I've got 3 questions on this slide. So this is the first half of the section, and then another 2 that are a wee bit more wordy. So sometimes it helps to just make a wee note of the important information. If you have the worksheet printed out in front of you, underlining or highlighting the important bits can help as well. So feel free to pause the video and try these questions now, or you can wait until the end and do them all together. We're now going to move on and look at deductions. So we're learning how to calculate wages after taxes have been deducted. Your gross pay is the wage or salary that you are paid for doing your work. So when you apply for a job, they will tell you what you can expect to be paid, whether it's per hour, per month, an annual salary. Deductions are things that get removed from your gross pay. So these could be things such as your national insurance, your income tax, pension payments, and your student loans. So if you've had any student loans, these can come straight out of your pay without you having to do anything to it at all. So when you get a pay slip, you'll be told what your gross pay is, if you have any deductions, and then finally you'll be given a net pay. So this is the actual amount of pay that you take home, whether that's physically in an envelope, as cash, as a cheque, or if it gets paid directly into your bank account. So this is the actual amount of money that you will receive for doing your job. If we have a look here, this is a kind of basic pay slip. So we can see that we've got a person's name, their national insurance number. So everybody in the UK, once they are 16, is given a national insurance number. And that's what helps the government calculate all of these different deductions so that you don't have to. An employee number would be specific to your job. And then week is just the week in the financial year. So we're on week 6 according to this pay slip. Your financial year runs slightly differently to your normal year. It runs from April through to March instead of January through to December. Your basic pay then is the amount that you get paid per hour without any extras added on. But then we then have an overtime payment, and COM is short for commissions. So our gross pay is going to add up all of those different types of payments that we can get. So our basic pay, our overtime and any commission, and that gives us £891.48. Your national insurance, your income tax and your pension are all things that would come off your wage. So they're things that you would have to pay or that the government takes back. So you don't get that amount of money. That is what we call our deductions. Our total wage then is just our gross pay subtracting our deductions. We get £675.69. So our take-home pay, whether this is a week or a month, would be £675.69. Example number 1. Harris gets £8.40 an hour and is paid double time for any overtime worked. Last month he was paid £1,352.30. He worked for 12 hours overtime during that same month. He's been paid £116.27 in national insurance, £427.18 for income tax, and £85.78 is paid into his pension. Calculate his gross pay. So his gross pay is just going to be his normal pay. And then we need to add on any overtime. So at the side here, I'm going to do my £8.40 times by 12 to work out how much he would get paid for his overtime. And that's £100.80. So we would add that on. And that is going to give us £1,453.10 there as the gross pay. Now to calculate his net pay, we need to add up all of the deductions first. So his national insurance, his income tax and his pension. So 116.27 plus 427.18 plus 85.78, and that gives us £629.23. That's his deductions though, so the net pay is going to be the gross pay, take away the deductions, and that is going to give us £823.87 as Harris's net pay. Following that example there, I would like you guys to have a go at questions 1, 2 and 3 here for section 2 before moving on to the questions on the next page. So we've got 4 and 5. Try your best with these questions, guys. Remember, you've got section 1 to complete as well if you haven't already gone through those questions. I'm still available on Teams or by email if we need help with any of these, and I will see you in our next lesson.